Okay, pancreas, as I mentioned before, pancreas is the only organ that is both endocrine gland and exocrine gland. The exocrine portion, they secrete digestive enzyme into the small intestine. So when pancreas works as an exocrine gland, it becomes a digestive organ. When pancreas works as an endocrine gland, then what happens? The pancreatic islet, they will secrete 3 types of hormone. Alpha cell in the endocrine islet, alpha cell will secrete glucagon. Beta cell will secrete insulin. Delta cell will secrete somatostatin. So just to summarize it, glucagon increase glucose in the blood. Insulin decrease glucose in the blood. Somatostatin, basically somatostatin, somato means body. Somato means body, statin means stagnant or stabilized, or it stops. It stops the body growth, it has other functions. Other than stop the body growth, it also inhibits both glucagon and insulin. So it stops the function of these 2 hormones. Insulin, released after eating, because after eating we have a high glucose level in the blood. It will cause the reuptake of glucose by the cell. So body cells start to absorb glucose into their cytoplasm, so that in the cytoplasm they can convert glucose into glycogen by dehydration synthesis. So especially in the muscle, liver, and adipose cell, they will do that, and in order to decrease the blood glucose level. For glucagon, they release before eating, because before eating usually we will have a very low blood glucose level, and then mainly in the liver and adipose tissue, they can break down, or we call it hydrolysis. They hydrolyze the glycogen into glucose, and in order to increase the blood glucose level. So this is the schematic diagram. In here, you can see that when we have low blood glucose level, let's say before we eat, and what happens is that the pancreas will secrete glucagon, and glucagon will tell the adipose tissue and liver to break down glycogen, to hydrolyze glycogen to become glucose, so that we will increase the blood glucose level in the body. And what if we have high blood glucose level after a meal? Then the pancreas will secrete insulin. Insulin will tell the liver, the muscle, and adipose tissue to absorb more glucose into their cytoplasm. And then in the cytoplasm, they can convert, or I would say dehydration synthesis. They can dehydrate glucose into glycogen, so that it will decrease the glucose level in the blood and restore the optimal blood glucose level. Somatostatin, as I mentioned before, it has a different name, growth hormone inhibiting hormone. It stops the body growth. It is also produced in the stomach and small intestine. It inhibits the release of the growth hormone by the anterior pituitary. That's how we call this growth hormone inhibiting hormone. And also it suppresses what? Insulin and glucagon. It suppresses the release of insulin and glucagon. Okay, gonads. Gonads mainly are the testes in male and ovary in females. Gonads, they are endocrine gland. The testes will produce testosterone. Ovary will produce estrogen and progesterone. So as I mentioned, testes will produce sperm and androgen like testosterone. Testosterone is responsible for the male secondary sex characteristic. For example, beard growth, enlargement of vocal cord and larynx, growth of muscle and stuff. And then it will stimulate the oil production by the oil gland or sebaceous gland. As we all remember in high school, we have a lot of acne issue because of the secretion of the testosterone. And it can also make us bald-headedness. Baldness is induced by testosterone. And also muscle development. The reason why male we have a bigger muscle than female because we have testosterone. Some athlete takes anabolic steroid. The reason why athlete takes anabolic steroid because our body, for male body, when they see a steroid, then they will convert it into testosterone, so that the athlete's body will have a higher testosterone level, but it causes them to have this acne, body odor, baldness, and actually it affects their reproductive system here. It reduces the testicular size, low sperm count, and eventually may even cause impotency. So taking too much anabolic steroid will cause all this issue. Ovaries produces eggs, estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is a major female hormone. It induces the growth of uterus and vagina. It is also required for maturation of the eggs. So every month, women will have a high estrogen level before ovulation. And then it's also responsible for developing secondary sex characteristics. For example, breast development, proper fat distribution pattern, and body hair growth pattern. And then progesterone, it is important because progesterone, it helps to maintain the pregnancy. Okay, thymus gland, this is a little bit controversial. Some textbooks consider thymus glands as part of the immune system or lymphoid. It is the thymus gland, some textbooks consider as part of the lymphoid organ that is in the lymphatic system. It is called primary. Another primary lymphoid organ is the bone marrow. The thymus gland is for maturation of the T lymphocyte, or simply T cells, and it secretes thymosins. It's a hormone that will help the maturation of T lymphocytes. So thymus gland for other people, for other textbooks, they may consider it as a primary lymphoid organ. That means they are under the lymphatic system instead of the endocrine system. Pineal gland produces melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that regulates our sleep and wake cycle or circadian rhythm. And many business people, they have to travel back and forth between East Coast and West Coast. They will buy melatonin from maybe GNC to help them to adjust the 3-hour jet lag.